I think it was because I felt like I was aware of being Jewish all the time, because you had to think about what you were going to eat and stuff like that. The town that we grew up in, and particularly the area of town that we grew up in, had almost no Jews in it. I was one of 2 Jewish kids.
I think Passover is my favorite holiday because I really, I really like the cleaning out the fridge part when we're getting rid of all the leavened products. I enjoy that. I love the Seder. I just love eating. And Judaism is great for that. My Aunt Tess always makes the brisket, and then Cheryl always makes the matzo ball soup. And so there's very specific smells of these specific dishes from people that, okay, so that's our first night Seder that we always have at this house.
Growing up, we never had a Seder in the house. It was never a personal thing. It was a community thing. When we did the third Seder, which was to celebrate the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, and about progressive causes and whatnot, and we always wrote our own and rewrote them.
We used to go to my in-laws. They had these long, drawn-out Seders. The women were talking, and everyone was the men were doing the prayers, and it was cute, I remember, because in the Bronx, you didn't kind of open your door where you lived, but when you had to open the door for Elijah, my mother-in-law used to open the bathroom door, and I said, "You kept him in the bathroom."
We'd have these Seders, 1 and 2, and he wouldn't go through the Orthodox thing, which takes 10 hours. But he would have, the story and telling about the Exodus, and I would ask, first, originally Harriet would ask the 4 questions. She asked them actually in Yiddish. I actually never went to formally a Yiddish school. I went to a Hebrew school. By the time it was my turn, I would ask, Ma nishtana halayla hazeh.
My father had he was very into his particular way of making haroset also, that had almonds as well as walnuts. And I remember sitting around in the kitchen. It would be the whole family would be sitting around while he made the haroset. That was also, and we still use some variant on that.
I'm going back now to pretty close to World War I, the 20s, and there was no such thing as dairy on Pesach. So that we had, say for example, matzah with chicken fat, and I can just see it now. My grandmother would say, you want a bite? She would say, naturally she'd say it in Yiddish, "Willst essen?" and that would be for just a snack. And especially my brother and I, who were both good eaters, we would have as much matzah and schmaltz as we could get our hands on. So to this day, I remember that. But then, I don't know at what point it was that dairy became available, kosher Pesach dairy, and that changed things quite a bit.
I remember the Passover with the cleaning of the house and the changing of the dishes, and especially my mother making a sponge cake every day with 12 eggs and whipping the whites with a wire whisk. And when the cake was in the oven, we had to tiptoe so that it wouldn't fall. And then we managed to eat it all so that she would make another one. And so the next day, so every day of Passover, we had a sponge cake.
I remember once I was in Italy for my business, and I have a friend invite me at home for dinner, and I know that it's Pesach, so I didn't put you bread on the table, but I eat pasta because he was preparing pasta, and one I had no choice.
Somehow Passover, with all of that ritual, and not just the Seders, which I loved, but cleaning the house, getting out all the chametz, and then having to eat special foods the whole time and bring my own food and all that. I really love that. I still do. There's something about that daily, almost hourly reminder, you know.